start, proceed, and end on time to honor the agenda. So, all right, for those who are joining us via Zoom, good evening, welcome. And for those here in person, good evening and welcome. Great to see everyone again. And for our newcomers, welcome. Just a quick rundown of our Zoom instructions, just to make sure your microphones are muted. Use the chat box, and we have begun the recording. If you wish not to be recorded, you can simply just turn off your camera. That's fine, and we will officially call the meeting to order. We'll do the roll call of the board.
All right.
Liz, present.
Lee.
Present.
Abby. Present. Adam.
Present.
And Christina, myself. I'm here. And Gina.
I'm offended.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, just slightly, right?
Miss Gina.
Present.
Thank you. Sorry.
All right, and just wanted to double check with you, Adam, do we have enough voting members here to move forward with the agenda, just if there's any?
Approving last month's agenda, I am still catching people as they come in. We're not quite there, but we could possibly be there. I do want to raise that there may have been some difficulty prior to just now with people being able to access the online file. So maybe we want to push it to next month, but that's a chair decision, I guess.
Oh, that's fine, we can certainly do that. And we have our financial report with our treasurer, Ms. Tina Khan.
In December, the ending balance was $3,342.42. However, we have finally an increase of $3,617.18 for our January ending balance. We have finally completed reimbursing our vice chair for all the technology costs that he assumed, and that totaled $160.24. But we had some donations, the first time since November 22nd of 2022. We had a donation, a $200 anonymous donation, a $5 donation, which to me is just as important as a $200. And then for our door prize, we collected $230. So our deposits for January are $435.
All right, thank you so much, Tina.
You're welcome.
All right, and normally we take this time to hear from Lieutenant Michael Pumiani with the New Haven Police Department. He's the Fairhaven, in charge of Fairhaven. He was unable to be here this evening in person or online, so I just wanted to provide his cell phone number, just in case anyone needed to get a hold of him. You can text with your name first. His cell phone number is 475-331-3180, and I know you did throw that in the chat as well, Adam. Thank you so much for that. Moving on, Carmen Mendez usually joins us via Zoom. Can you see her on yet?
Yep, Carmen's here.
Carmen's here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Carmen.
Okay, that's excellent. I'm over at a colleague's retirement party, so I'm in my car right now, but essentially, very briefly, there were 25 notices of violation written in January. January. 3 or 4 of them are in citation level, and one of them just paid us off for $6,889.
Wow.
Dang. Good.
We're definitely going.
So we, the next month, hopefully it'll be more letters and more stuff coming up. It's a tough time for people. People are pushing back a lot, and but they are complying. So sooner or later, we will see a difference in the poorer sections of Fairhaven, and then Fairhaven in general. We'll see some changes. Ferry Street, we've hit very hard, very, very hard, and we keep hammering at it. And hopefully at some point, we will see, maybe hopefully during the spring of this coming year here, we'll see it looking very nice. That's what we're hoping for.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Carmen, I have a question, Carmen. When you say we've been hitting it hard, can you provide some language around that?
Sure. When I say hitting it hard is that we're walking the block and we're going house to house. And we're looking at the structures of the house. We're looking at roofing. We're looking at porches. We're looking at steps. We're looking at walkways. We're looking to see, especially if it's two or more families. We look for those things that might present a hazard to your tenants, yourself, or someone even walking by, believe it or not. So we look at the housing code inspector comes out with me, and he also takes care of the inside. So with permission or with an appointment, he goes inside the apartments to look for safety and health risk issues. Did that answer your question?
That does. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Carmen, for your report. And if anyone does need to reach out to her, her email address and cell phone number are in the agenda as well. C. Mendez at newhavenct.gov, cell phone 203-410-6527. Thank you so much, Carmen.
Yes, I wanted to add a note because there's a gentleman who always asked about the graffiti. Graffiti letters went out and they're going to continue to go out. People have called. They have a stay, obviously, because they can't do anything until April. But hopefully we'll start counting down in April if there are graffitis and removed. Again, there is pushback, but people understand the graffiti has to come off their windows or their buildings. So hopefully we'll see a difference there as well.
Oh, great. Thank you so much for that update.
You're welcome.
All right, have a great night.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye. All right, moving forward, just a quick reminder of our quarterly presentation from the Civilian Review Board, J1 Carter. He gives a quarterly presentation, and if you need to reach out to him, it's j1.carter@gmail.com. And with economic development updates, Kathleen Prolak usually gives those, via Zoom. Let me just double check and see if she's here.
I'm right here.
Oh, you want to? Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, I didn't see.
Oh. Yeah, we ask your presenters to sit right there and the camera's right in front. Either one of those two chairs.
Upper corner where it says view,
Okay.
upper right hand corner where it says view, upper right, other side. Yep. So view, here you go, put that. You could do the gallery, you could do the self, yeah.
And then go to yourself or putting him on.
Okay.
Right. There you go. So you can see. Yes, papers.
All right, go ahead.
Hello. Kathleen couldn't be here tonight, so I'm Malachi. I'm here to present for her.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry,
okay,
one
just a
second.
moment. Sorry, Malachi.
Oh, okay. Yep, no problem.
Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So last I spoke, I believe it was in December. I spoke based on the CRD. We'll be having a conversation with their auditors. I'm sorry, if you could speak up a little bit. I sure can. Okay, thank you. I'll try, right? Yeah. Scream at it. So the last I spoke, I believe in December, I was letting folks know that the CRB will be having a Board of Auditors meeting for us to make some changes in our bylaws that will allow the CRB to actually be a little bit more functional and being a bit more proactive when it comes down to how do we assess and review and make recommendations for cases. Now that forum went well. There was not a lot of folks from the public, but what I've done and learned from that experience was to push our consultant to give us a flyer on the next one, which will be March 25th. I will also upload it to the link there for folks there to get a copy. So in this forum, we're asking for community support because there's a bit of a pushback with the police department per se. Only because of just the fact that they think that the CRB should be comfortable and content where it's at. However, the community actually wants us and the actual laws allow us to have a little bit more authority on the way we're presented. And we have made a lot of progress. So if we can get folks in the community to come out and support us on March 25th at 6 p.m. And again, I will upload this to the link there. And there will be another brochure that I'll submit on March ahead of time. They're working on it now. Thank you.
Just real quick, could you just, for the people, they only hear you maybe once a quarter, some haven't been here before.
Yes.
CRB stands for, and your responsibilities are.
The CRB stands for Civilian Review Board. Each police district, CMT has a representative, and there's an additional bodies that are at large. Our job is to review civilian complaints of police conduct, misconduct. And with that being the case, we have the ability to make recommendations, whether it's training, or we could actually put in, I'll say, I'll continue the word recommendation for discipline. We don't have disciplinary power, but we're looking to actually fulfill some of that role.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. All right.
Right now, we go to.
And Malachi said he was going to be giving the updates on behalf of Kathleen Prolak, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
you mentioned that in an email as well.
Malachi,
Yes.
yeah, there we go.
Yep, correct. So hello, everyone. My name is Malachi Bridges. I'm from the City of New Haven, Office of Economic Development, where I oversee neighborhood commercial. So yes, I'm stepping in for Kathleen tonight. And I have 3 action items on mine. And those are the CIF grant update, also the Mill River update, and lastly, English Station. So first, as you all know, thank you all so much. I think the last time I was here, I was presenting about the Grand Avenue grant for the $7.5 million. And as you may know that the City of New Haven was successful in achieving that grant. So, hats off to you all for asking your questions and really making us think and going back to the ironing board to, make corrections and according to your suggestions. So I do thank you for that participation. And just as an update on that, so the city is in the process of initiating the grant agreement with the state of Connecticut. So we have submitted a budget and a construction timeline. We expect construction to begin late 24, early 2025. Currently, now the state has not yet approved. However, this is what we submitted. So the state has to sign off on this. And we expect to start design maybe mid 2024, so around March or April. I say maybe because we will be releasing contracts for public bid for an architect or certain contractors to be involved in the designing process. So it's just not going to be internal. We're also going to be releasing some of these tasks for for a vendor. So we expect that to be either in April, in March or April of 2024. And we expect construction, so that's demolition, to begin late 2024 or early 25. Now for the second update, the City of New Haven was also successful in an Urban Act grant to receive $5 million from the state of Connecticut for Mill River District. And for that, we expect to be completing the Mill River Trail, also assisting with some infrastructure in and around the Mill River District. And we would be acquiring some blighted properties in Mill River as well. We haven't identified those properties yet. However, this $5 million gives us the flexibility to identify some specific properties that we could acquire for redevelopment. So we're super excited about that. And then my last update is on English Station. English Station, there was a press conference this week where the Attorney General and Deep went to English Station regarding UI. And that was a very productive meeting, but the Attorney General will bring a lawsuit against UI to be able to take control over the English Station project. You know, that is a very beautiful site, but it is contaminated and not much work or progress has been done on the site. So the Attorney General and the state and the city are trying to take control of that property. So that was really the updates. Please let me know if you have any questions. I know I went a little fast, so if you have any questions, I'm here to answer.
Any questions here in the library? Not seeing anything in, do you see anything online, Adam?
Yeah, Maureen?
Okay,
I think it was even in today's, some news coverage. It looks like UI is gonna push back on, you know, claiming that they have already fulfilled the 2016 agreement, or I think that's the right year. Is that not a surprise? Are you sort of prepared for, there's gonna be more negotiations?
Yes, that's not a surprise, of course. You know, we kind of expected that. I mean, this is really the state leading the way. So, you know, the city is assisting in any capacity that it is requested. So yeah, we did expect that. So we're just, you know, we're just kind of trying to follow the process and really trying to follow the state's lead.
It'd be so great to have that cleaned up.
Absolutely, absolutely.
we do have a question or a comment here from James Quallen. Go ahead.
I'm not sure, can you hear me? Would you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
you
I can
can
hear you.
come up closer, yeah, go ahead.
Yes, my question is the city aware that there is a fund that the UI is supposed to be a part of in regards of William Tong's office for future projects? Could that be the actual battle that's what's happening between the office and the private entity? Is the city aware of that?
I'm not so I'm not that aware of the illegal grievances. I'm just really so right now I'm stepping in for someone else. So just from what I've been told and what I've been briefed on, um only my knowledge extends to the legal battles over what has not been done that was supposed to be done due to an agreement that you know, predates me and a lot of other people in my office. So which is why the city is kind of opting to the state's direction as to how to handle this in, you know, in the best way and, you know, to be most efficient.
Yeah, did you want to jump in on
Yeah,
that?
I have some relevant information, Malachi, if I may. The reason
Sure.
why the Attorney General Tong was here is because it's been 5 years, something like that, and UI is spinning their wheels, doing studies, running numbers, and the bottom line is they're not progressing and they're consuming the money. So the lawsuit is not to get more money from them, is to get off your butts and do what you're supposed to do. That's why the money was set aside, because they're just taking a lot of time doing that. And so that's why he was here. And I have a semi-relevant point of information, which is in this last week and a half, we had the state attorney general was here in Fairhaven, working with us on that issue. We had the Secretary of Labor of the United States at Match down on Mill Street talking about labor issues. And then we had the Secretary of Education of the United States here talking about a grant that they gave us for the schools. So I would say that for being one neighborhood in one small city, we're not doing too bad in getting some allies at the state and federal level to work with us to improve our neighborhood. So that is a reason I think for us really to pat ourselves on the back, because if you have big problems, you need big friends with powerful arms and hands that are willing to fight for you. So just be aware of that.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you so much.
awesome.
Before we move on, I thought I saw a hand up online, but I wasn't sure if they wanted to add anything. I think it was Ann Stress Farrell.
I think the hand went down. Oh, no, hand back up. Stress.
Hello, just to follow up on what Lee said, that's all true, like 20 million has been spent, but the place is very far from being cleaned up. It's been spent on study after study. And after 34 million, they could apply to try to charge the costs to ratepayers. So there's, it's just so unfair in every way that this building that could have a wonderful future and serve the city and serve the neighborhoods has just been falling apart. If there was a volunteer that went through all of the files on how UI has spent the money and created a spreadsheet about it. And if anyone wants to see it, he did a report to the city's Environmental Advisory Council. And it shows just very clearly how the money that has been spent has been misspent. I'll put my email in chat. And if anyone wants to see more about that, I can send you the link to look at it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So moving forward with our vision in action under the category of responsive, transparent government, economic, community development. Start off, we have Paola Sorrechia with Hope Family Justice Center requesting CDBG grant request for a letter of support.
Is Paola with us?
I don't see online. If you're dialed in by phone, I think it's *6 to talk.
Paula did confirm.
Okay. Well, if she shows up, maybe we can let her speak later on, so we
Yeah.
can go to.
All right, thank you. So moving forward. Next up, we would have under Environment and Immigration, Sean Trzynski with SMARCA, request for a letter of support.
Good evening, everybody. My name is John Trzynski with CIRCA at the University of Connecticut. And I'm here to ask for a letter of support for a proposal that we've been working on in partnership with the city of New Haven. And, you know, I came to the CMT in December to present this project, which came out of Resilient Fairhaven, which was a year-long study that we did in partnership with the community in the city. So the proposal is to be one of 6 communities in this proposal to develop a resilience hub in Fairhaven. So the process of developing the hub would be, you know, a process of identifying potential sites to play this role as a resilience hub. And there would be money set aside for local community-based organizations to participate in a team that would staff the hub over 5 years. And there would be funding for things like solar panels and battery storage and a potential microgrid to improve the resilience of a facility. And so this is one that we're doing in partnership with a bunch of different groups, including, you know, folks in Bridgeport and Hartford, Norwalk, Danbury, and Ansonia. We had a workshop with Junta for Progressive Action on January 10th earlier this month to talk about the grant idea and get some feedback. So I'm just asking for a letter of support for this proposal from the CMT.
All right, thank you so much. Before we move forward, any questions, comments, either in person or online for John?
I think Sally and I both have questions online.
Okay, I don't see any questions in person, so we can go to Sally. Go ahead, Sally, then we'll go to you.
Hi, thank you. Thanks, John, for coming back to the management team. I think I've asked this before, but I have actually two questions. One is, what city agencies are you working with in New Haven? That's first. And secondly, I really would like to be sure that there is specific language for anything that we support that says that the facility chosen and whatever is chosen will be accessible under the Americans with Disabilities Act, and make sure that all of our neighbors can access the services that will be provided there. So if you could respond to those two things, that would be great. Thank you.
Sure. So we've been working with the city's sustainability office, the emergency management director, Rick Fontana, city plan, city engineering, also the city's health department. We've engaged on this. So they've all been involved in some discussions about the proposal, and they will be involved in the process. And then the second question, I think you gave me that feedback back in December, which was really helpful. So we will make sure that we include, ADA compliance, and really thinking about that up front in the process of discussions about which sites are appropriate for a resilience hub. And yes, we will definitely include that language. And if you'd like to see some specific language, I'd be happy to share that as well.
I'd like to actually offer the assistance of the Commission on Disabilities and the Office of Disability Services too, for any kind of questions that you might have about the process. You have many other city agencies involved. They have different perspectives and different focuses. So the accessibility perspective, especially during an emergency, really needs to be thought through in advance. So I'm happy to talk to you offline, so or connect you with the commission in one way or another. So again, thank you.
No problem.
Thank you, Sarah. Did you have anything?
Adam had a question and then I want to follow up.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, so you're asking for a letter of support. Are you specifically asking the Fairhaven Community Management Team to issue a letter of support for one of these centers in Fairhaven, or just general support for the resilience hubs across Connecticut?
Yeah, I'm asking for a letter of support for this specific proposal, which is to NOAA, which is a federal agency. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration is the federal sponsor that we're applying for funds. So the letter of support would be to support this proposal.
For Fairhaven specifically.
Yes.
So related to that and in support of Sally's suggestion, and knowing that we're going to vote between now and Sunday, Sally, is there any chance that you could look at the question as it's going to be posed and help us, because we try to keep the question brief, to include sufficient language that, in combination with John's commitment to work with Office of Disabilities, would give us a chance to incorporate right in our recommendation specific brief language that says whatever language you know the right stuff. You're a lawyer, so
I'm happy to help. So whoever's drafting that, just let me know or get in touch with me.
That's a connection between John, Adam, and yourself that I'm just.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for bringing it up.
All right. Are there any additional questions or comments before we move on? I don't see anything here in the library. And are you seeing anything else online, Adam?
I see none, no.
Okay, great. Just want to make sure before we move forward. Under the health, housing, and public safety category, we have Miss Andrea Swinson with Catholic Charities Family Service Center. She wants to talk about some focus groups in Fairhaven to explore expansion of services.
I had a PowerPoint. Oh, yeah, it's in the email. Adam, do you want me to
Sorry, did I get this email or did it go to the general?
The camera.
It's about 7 down in the general. I'll forward it to you right now. Sorry, I didn't forward that.
I can pull up the CMT email. One sec.
Okay.
Andrea. PowerPoint.
Hi, I'm Andrea Swenson. I am Senior Director of Behavioral Health with Catholic Charities. And I wanted to talk a bit about our expansion under a new grant that we have. It's called a CCBHC grant, Certified Community Behavioral Health Clinic. So there is a PowerPoint.
Yeah. Sorry, I was getting it up.
Thank you. First of all, we're an outpatient substance abuse and mental health clinic that's located at 501 Lombard Street. And we are, thank you. The grant is a federal grant from SAMHSA, Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration. The grant period will go until 2027, and it's allowing us to expand what we currently offer and create some new services to the community. It helps us increase and improve the quality of mental health and substance use disorders for children and youth and adults in New Haven. We will have 24-hour, 7-day-a-week access to community-based and integrated primary care and community-based behavioral health care. Our goal is to reach 1,300 clients over the grant period. We're going to be starting with renovations. We're located in the old St. Donato's. And so we're working to separate a child and adult wing, and we'll hopefully get some new landscaping and sort of a facelift so that people know that we're actually there. We will be doing integrated care with both behavioral health and connecting with primary care doctors. Individuals with SMI, severe mental illness, die 25 years younger than the general population because of chronic illness. We will also be doing holistic services for children and adults. And veterans will be a priority. We'll be providing these services regardless of the ability to pay. So we accept all major insurance, but we will also be able to provide the services for people that are uninsured and undocumented. We currently have an IOP program, intensive outpatient for substance use. We are working on getting our licensure through DCF for children. So that's to be in the future. We were able to increase our staffing. We'll have a peer recovery specialist, targeted case manager for SMI clients and substance use clients. We'll have a medical assistant. We'll be taking vitals and communicating with primary care doctors, data analyst, more clinical staff, and increased psychiatry hours. We will be doing evidence-based treatments, CBT, EMDR, motivational interviewing, and TREM and match for children. We are developing MOUs with local agencies. So for psychosocial rehabilitation services, we're working with Fellowship Place. We're also partnering with Fairhaven for primary care services. So we're hoping to get ourselves in the community to get to know various agencies in a way that we have not in the past. We'll be doing emergency mobile crisis for both adults and youth, tobacco cessation groups. We will be developing an advisory council of 51% clients.
Trying to get somebody got kicked out back in, but that's okay.
You can, next slide. So the outcomes is hopefully improved physical and mental health for our clients, reduced in substance use, again, improved access to care regardless of their ability to pay, culturally competent and holistic care, and overall a reduction in hospitalizations and high-risk behaviors. So the last slide is just our services that we offer now. We currently have these. So in addition to what with the grant is offering, we currently have FVEP, which is referred by the courts. It's a family violence education program, a 9-week psychoeducation course. We have VOCA. Anyone that is a victim of crime in the state of Connecticut has access to free clinical and case management services. We're also starting a fatherhood program. Those are also referred by the court for fathers struggling with child support payments. It will be case management and ideally employment opportunities. And we have parenting education program for couples who are filing for divorce in Connecticut. It's a one-day course that's a requirement for the state of Connecticut. That's it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I think, did you mention that you had a focus group?
The focus group was before this group.
It already
Yeah,
happened? Okay.
we're gonna be doing, they've done at various agencies already, and we're going to be doing a fully client-based focus group, but yeah, the focus group was earlier.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Just in case. Being out in
We got
person.
Sally online.
Sorry.
Oh,
Just quick, I think you heard my questions and comments about the other facility earlier. That's a very old building. The church is a very old building. And do you have a plan, or maybe it's too early for it, to make sure that it's accessible to everybody in the community, including those that might not be able to do that huge flight of stairs in the front?
We do have an elevator, so coming in the lobby, there's an elevator that goes to all floors.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. I don't see any additional questions online, nothing here in person. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, moving on to our arts, culture, and library segment. We have Kirk here with the Fairhaven Library, joining us via Zoom.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to everyone who's here, and to all those online. Hopefully we will see you soon. Our biggest announcement of, I guess, many, is starting next week, we will be offering the VITA volunteer income tax assistance right in the room where the management team meeting is going on right now. Because of the management team meeting and a couple of events we have coming up for Black History Month this month, we are not going to have them every Thursday, but check in with us and we can tell you which Thursdays. But basically, the majority of Thursdays between now and tax filing deadline day, you will be able to have a volunteer help prepare your taxes. Appointments are required though, and you make those by way of 211. But if you have any questions, please let us know. But this is the first time we're offering this, at least in my memory here. So please help us spread the word. Next, I wanted to let everybody know that we have a full slate of activities and events going on this month to celebrate Black History Month. We will have any day that kids under 12 come in, there's going to be a scavenger hunt to look for clues on famous Black entrepreneurs and inventors, which is our focus this year. If kids complete the scavenger hunt, they are eligible for a prize. Also next week, for kids who you do the STEAM program in schools, we're going to be focusing on the inventor Garrett Morgan, and there will be a project going on along the lines of his invention. And then a couple of things to highlight for adults that will be taking place later this month. On February 15th, Calvin Ramsey is going to be in to do a presentation about the both Black and Black Latino baseball players of the old Negro leagues in the era before baseball was integrated. Hope you'll come to see that. It will be Thursday, February 15th. And then our friends from the New Haven Museum will be in on Thursday, the 29th, to do a presentation about William Lanson, who was one of the first black entrepreneurs in New Haven. Had a lot to do with the development of Long Wharf and other places in New Haven. So if you don't know about John Lanson, this would be the time to learn more. Also, I wanted to make sure that everyone who gets frustrated about their computers or their devices come in to see our Melba 3 different hours a week. Melba has time to set aside to meet you by our computers and help with whatever frustrations you might have. If you come during those times, it's first come, first serve. But we have a lot going on. Come in and say hi. When we were getting the meeting set up tonight, I was almost running out of room with all of our flyers that we have now. So if you haven't been in a while, come see us soon. Thanks.
Thanks so much, Kurt.
Can I ask a question?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
For the income tax preparation, is there any specific eligibility that people need to have that service?
Yes, income of 63,000 or lower.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, one more
Is
question.
there an alternative way that other than 211 for the appointments? Because 211, I can't get through for the last 6 years.
I'm sorry, was there another question or?
Yeah, question.
Yeah.
Not working, he said.
Is there an alternative way to 211 for getting an appointment because the gentleman has had difficulty getting through to 211?
You may be able to make it online instead of calling, but you do need to go through 211.
211, in addition to being a phone number, is also a website, 211ct.com. And on there should be a way to do it without actually talking to a person.
All right, thank you. Thank you for adding that as well, Lee. Any additional questions before we move on? Don't see anything in person and not seeing anything online. So,
Before we move to announcements, Madam Chair, I just wanted to ask about the votes that we would be having this evening.
oh, go ahead.
Is Ms. Sorechia available? Are you here? I don't see it. Should we postpone any vote on the grant request, or because they have not?
Yeah.
All right, so I will remove that that question, and I'm going to pull up a shared screen real quick. So the vote for the resilience hub, I have written as, shall the Fairhaven Community Management Team issue a letter of support issue a letter in support of Circa's plan to establish a resilient hub in Fairhaven. There would be 1 of 6 in Connecticut. Our support for this letter will be contingent on a consideration of ADA and other accessibility concerns. Does that sound good to anyone? Does anyone have a different vote they want to take?
I just have a question. Is there a dollar amount he's requesting or just the support?
It is just a letter of support that we are generally in favor of a resilience hub in Fairhaven.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, so I'm going to fix this, take off the first vote that they didn't present, so we don't really know what to vote about. And I will post this vote into the chat box. You'll have till Sunday at midnight to answer it. It'll also go out in the after meeting email if you want to answer then, or you can talk to Christina before you leave tonight and give your vote to her. All right, and I will get that out momentarily while the announcements are happening.
Thank you so much. And moving on to a few announcements, we have Ms. Marianne Moran regarding Seed Swap. She's here in person.
Yes, Folly Delgado's gonna be doing the
Oh, okay.
presentation.
Oh, that's right. Well, you did say that.
Hello, my name is Sally Delgado. I am the coordinator of the Clinton Avenue School Community Garden, and I am also a frequent presenter here at the Fairhaven Library. I will be hosting a workshop on Saturday, February 10th. It will be a garden seed swap and meet and greet. I have some flyers over on the table, and some flyers have also been passed around before the meeting started. I hope you will please pass the word about this small gathering. Although spring is right around the corner, it's also several weeks away, and a small event like this can be very helpful to community members who may be struggling and can use a little social event to get reconnected with the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Delgado.
We're just passing the flyer around. If you want one, take one. If you don't, just pass it to the next person.
Okay, great. With our next announcement, we have Ms. Kayla Cruz joining via Zoom from the Women and Family Center about a support group that will be starting here in New Haven.
Hello, thank you for having me. I just wanted to announce that the Women and Family Center will be hosting a support group for survivors of sexual violence completely in Spanish. It'll start in March at our New Haven location, 142 Temple Street, 4:30. I have the flyer that I can put in the chat for everyone, and if you want flyers, I can email them to you as well. And thank you.
Thank you so much, Kayla. Next up with Mary Wade Home, we have the Outstanding Leadership Award nominations announcements.
Hello, everyone. I just wanted to present, we're gonna have a kickoff event prior to the Fairhaven Festival and Parade on Friday, May the 3rd, and we're gonna be presenting the Outstanding Leadership Award for someone in the community that has been an inspiration, a resource, a role model, and that's gonna be presented at the Mary Wade Home grounds on Friday, May the 3rd, between 10 and 12 p.m. Gina Toppings does have the nomination forms. She also has the band jam flyer for that. We're gonna invite some of the school bands to come just perform for the residents. And in the process, we're gonna also present the Outstanding Leadership Award. Thank you.
And the flyers are on the table for the people in Zoom, and we'll do an email blast for the nomination form tomorrow.
Yes, correct. Thank you, Gina.
Yeah, so I have the next announcement. I just want to say, having been the recipient of this award, and I know Frank was this last year, this is a wonderful thing. If you know someone in the neighborhood that's going above and beyond, nominate them, because this is just a nice recognition of volunteer work. So think about someone you know who's really making a difference in our community and get them this recognition. They try to do it as a surprise for the person. So it's just kind of a nice thing for them. So if you know someone, nominate someone.
And also, forms will be available at the library after this meeting.
All right, great. Thank you, Gina and Lee.
So my announcement, I'm gonna just go over there so I can be on the screen and people can see the urgency with which I am pleading this. So we have, yes, we have, no, not a raffle, door prize. Door prize. We have printed 160 tickets for $10 each to win a 65-inch LG television. And we're doing okay. We've sold, that I know of now, 37, 39.
Plus the two I gave you.
Okay, so 40 tickets, so we're 25% there. We have another month to sell tickets. I know everybody does everything last minute. But if you have $10 to spare, you've helped the management team, no harm, no foul. but you have, you're only a max of 160 tickets, and we might not even sell all of those, and you win this television. Now, you may say, I don't need a 65-inch television in my house. Fair point. Fair point.
That's why I remember.
That, exactly. Sarah and I don't have space, so what did we do with it? We gave it to the management team to raffle. You can also buy a ticket, as I have done and just buy them in the name of your favorite nonprofit organization, and have a nonprofit organization be able to benefit from having that for their clients. Point being is, we're trying to do everything we can to make it possible for all of us with very low, not a very high money commitment to make a difference. So if you can afford this, buy a ticket. If you can afford it, buy it for a nonprofit, buy it for your friends, and help us. We will be doing the actual selection of the ticket at the March meeting, the first Thursday of March. But please buy a ticket, or I challenge you to do what I did, which is buy 4 tickets. But please do that. I do have tickets available right now, and I take cash and checks.
I was gonna say, on that note, I want to add that as a more, I don't know, cell phone using person, I'm opening up my personal Venmo, PayPal, whatever. So I'm gonna put my cell number in the chat. It's 312-371-6476. And if you just text me, we can work it out however it works. If you can't get to Lee and hand him a $10 bill, text me, we can Venmo it, we can PayPal it, I'll figure it out, it'll happen. And then once, I'll send Lee the cash and he'll take a picture and we'll work it out. So you can get your thing, but please just text me if you can't make it to Lee. So 312-371-6476. Thank you.
Thank you for that. And I would just add that tickets are available. If you can't find me, you don't have the money now, at Junta, they have tickets. And Eric from Gatsby, the guy that walks up and down Grand Avenue, he has tickets as well. So whether you're walking Grand Avenue, you're over at Junta, online with Adam or me, you can call me. I'll give you my number if you're not available tonight. I'll meet you. I'll come to your house. We just want to raise money for the management team. You already know what we do with this money. We support the elderly through the Thanksgiving event. We support Fairhaven Day. We're supporting stuff in our community. This money is going into no one's pocket except the community's pocket. Thank you.
That was my question. It's going into the management team?
Yes,
Okay.
100%.
And
100%.
with a very brief stint in mine or Lee's wallet after you hand it to us, but then straight to the management team after.
Yeah. Into our wallet long enough to get it to Gina to put it in the account.
And if I get excited about a $5 anonymous donation, I'll get really happy with a $10.
Twice as much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. With our next announcement, it's regarding the Fairhaven Day preview.
Kiana is on Zoom.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. So good evening. My name is Kiana Sunshine. I'm at school right now, so unfortunately I couldn't join everyone in person. But I work at Junta for Progressive Action. I'm the project manager for this year's Fairhaven Day. Fairhaven Day will be taking place on Saturday, May 4th at Fairhaven Middle School outside. Last year was a huge success. We had over 1,000 attendees, and this year we plan on topping our numbers. We'll have a variety of community resources, vendors, along with volunteer and tabling opportunities. Live performances will be going on from 12 to 6 p.m. and a bunch of different activities will be taking place, including the iRecycle truck, the Read to Grow bookmobile will be available, face painting sports, we'll have a bike rodeo, and a whole bunch more. We're always open to sponsors, so if anyone is interested, we do have a sponsorship tier flyer that I can send out or put in the chat with our save the date. So yeah, and we're also going to be having a parade that'll be taking off at 10 a.m. from the John Martinez School, taking right, I believe, on Grand Ave and leading up to Fairhaven Middle. So if anyone is interested in walking or participating or contributing to the event, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll leave my email in the chat with the flyers. So, yeah.
Thank you so much, Kiana. All right, and last but not least, we do have a quick announcement from United Way.
Oh, I know.
I was asked last moment by, Joanne Wilcox from the United Way to make a presentation. She's actually in another meeting and was gonna step out. I don't know, Joanne, are you on? Okay, so I do know what the announcement is because as I said, she was in another meeting. So the United Way is doing a thing called Parent Leadership Program. It's a program for parents to help them understand the development of their child and a bunch of stuff about education, so on and so forth. And it is a program to which parents apply. They have a deadline of February 17th. And if she comes on or afterward, she's gonna mail information. It'll be in our minutes. And it will be available. Please, if you're a parent, or if you know of a parent, please share this information with them. It's a great opportunity. It's a program that had existed before in New Haven, got defunded from outside of the control of New Haven. Now the funding is back. We're always talking about our kids and, you know, how can we do better by our kids, and there are kids that get in trouble, so on and so forth. This is the program to help parents with the development of their child. Highly recommend you look at this information when it becomes available, which it should through the email that you're gonna get when Joanne gets the information to us. Thank you.
Thank you for the announcement, Lee.
And then Liz, before we jump to Alders, I just wanted to let you know that Lieutenant Fumiati has shown up. So if we want to circle back.
Well, yeah, we can certainly do that.
All right. Go up to the top, Michelle.
Good evening, Lieutenant Fumiati, how are you?
Hi, everyone. Thanks for squeezing me in. My apologies for my tardiness. I wanted to just update you all on a couple of things that are going on around the district. I will keep it as brief as possible. I realize I'm towards the end of the meeting here, not the beginning where I usually am. Really great month in Fairhaven the past month. We had a downturn in violence. There were very few incidents of shots fired. One in particular happened on Lewis Street, which is I wanted to highlight the work that was done around that particular incident. Because of some communication in the neighborhood, we were able to find a vehicle of interest as a result of that incident of a shot being fired on Lewis Street. Later on, during the overnight hours, a shot was fired on Lewis Street. We don't believe there was a target in that particular incident. An individual was identified as a person of interest using some of our technology. It was actually traced back to a vehicle that took off from officers when they tried to stop it a couple of weeks before in the area of Grand and Poplar. We used some of our camera footage to identify from that incident to identify that it was the same person who fired the shot on Lewis Street. Put it out to our plainclothes, the criminal intelligence unit and our shooting task force. And within 3 hours of me texting them, they had stopped the vehicle, arrested the person, and taken a firearm off of him. And so that's a great job. I really appreciate, it's a great job by everyone, not just the police, but I really appreciate the information from all of you to help us get guns off the street and prevent people from causing harm in our community. And so without your information and without your help, it makes our job honestly a lot easier when we get good information from the community. One thing I just wanted to highlight, we saw an increase in our stolen cars. So there's a group of a couple of juveniles that have been consistently conducting thefts of motor vehicle. It's pretty consistent. We had 10 stolen vehicles in the month of January from different areas in Fairhaven. That was actually on the lower side for the entire city. Overall, we have a downturn in burglaries. We had one robbery in the entire month, which is great for which is great overall. We had one of the incidents where on Grand Avenue, recently in the last week, we had a double burglaries into businesses. So the offender was the same person. We believe we have a person of interest in that developed by detectives earlier on today. Basically, what happened was a person that just after 2 a.m. on Friday into Saturday and just after 2 a.m. on Sunday into Monday took a brick and threw it through two separate businesses on Grand Avenue, hit one on one occasion and the other on another occasion, and took the cash register. Took a small amount of money that was left in the cash register, but the damage that was done to the windows is obviously more costly than what was actually taken in the burglary. We have a suspect developed, and so I'm pretty confident that we will, one, be able to deter that activity, but two, be able to arrest that individual in the near future. The person that we have identified, though I'm not going to share their name, has a significant criminal history in the city of New Haven. So we will eventually, hopefully, have an arrest with that. Otherwise, I had invited, I thought it was interesting, I invited our campus team to come and chat. So I wanted to update you all on that. I think it's important that the police department continues to work with some of the populations that are out in Fairhaven, trying to improve outcomes when we interact with people who are in crisis, but also people who are struggling with different things around the neighborhood. And so we still respond to those and make those referrals to Compass, and hopefully they'll be here next month to talk about some of the work we've been doing. That's all I have, unless anyone has any questions for me.
I have one question.
Go ahead.
Just out of curiosity, what date was the shot on Lewis Street?
Let me check, just go through all my data here. Give me 1 second.
I think it's already was it shots fired?
Right.
It was
Monday the 22nd, or yeah.
Yes.
And okay.
Yes, it was Monday the 22nd. Yeah, it was in the overnight hours on Monday the 22nd.
Any additional questions either online or do you see a question here in person?
Okay. Hi, I'm the president of the River Place condos on Front Street. Last week we had a rash of porch pirate thefts of UPS, Amazon, FedEx packages, and we have photos of the guy, but he was wearing a ski mask, so it didn't really help. And it happened like 3 different times during, over 2 days. It was reported to, the non-emergency number, and officers came by and took the reports. But we told our residents, to be cautious of having packages delivered. But I don't know if there's other parts of Fairhaven that are experiencing the same issue, and if there's anybody on the police radar that might be doing it. That's it.
Yeah, so we don't track that as a statistic, but I am aware. I actually saw the calls those days for the thefts. And so the officers are out looking for people. If you have pictures, even if you think that they are useless pictures to you, please send them to me, because they, even pictures that sometimes seem like they might not be helpful, can be helpful at times. And so we are able to identify people a lot off of very different techniques. And so if you wanted to send those pictures to me, you could certainly do that on my email or my cell phone. And then we can see what we can get with that. I've heard of someone in the Clinton Avenue area following around the Amazon Prime truck in the recent history. And as soon as they make a delivery, they grab the packages. And so I have heard of that before. And so those areas, there's a couple areas that get hit quite a bit. And so if we can identify the people, I'll gladly hold them accountable for that.
I'll send you the photos, and then why? Just curious, it's considered a theft almost like a burglary? Why aren't they tracked?
So it doesn't fall under the major crime category. I believe we have 12 different major crimes categories. There's a theft from a porch is not considered a burglary. Breaking into breaking into a dwelling and then remaining there with the intent to commit a crime constitutes a burglary. And so if you break into someone's shed and take an item from there, it would be a burglary. If you break into someone's shed or their house and don't do anything, it's just trespassing. And so for someone taking a package off of someone's porch depending upon the situation, it is, I don't want to say simply a theft, but it would be categorized as a theft depending upon the value of the item that was taken. Then that would determine the charge that we have for them, whether it's a different level of larceny.
Because people have like medications, delivered through the mail now, and that's like one concern that one of our residents have is, they have, medications that are, not over the counter prescriptions, and if somebody steals that, it might be something that they can sell on the street. So that was just a concern, and I think it would be valuable to track that since it's a nationwide issue, just not local. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any
Thank you.
additional? If you have,
I see none online at the moment.
all right. Well, thank you so much, Lieutenant Kumiani. We really do appreciate everything that you and the officers are doing to keep our neighborhood safe.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. All right, and moving on to our last category of the Alder reports. I know, Alder Ellen Bucco did have some notes that she wanted to pass on. She wasn't able to be here this evening.
Yes, I have her notes up. So Alder Cupo has been reappointed to the chair's legislation committee, or as chair of the Board of Alders Legislation Committee. So that is her post. She wanted to direct everybody's attention to what we've already discussed, which is William Tong suing UI, and to follow that closely. And then she sends a Ward 8 newsletter. You can sign up at cupofor8.com/newsletter. So you can put that in the chat, cupofor8.com/newsletter. And then the Worcester Square Cherry Blossom Festival has been calendared for April 14th. It's a Sunday. So put that on your calendar. We are already looking forward to spring. So that is all from Alder Cupo.
Thank you so much for those updates on her behalf, Abby. Alder Caroline Tandy Smith with Ward 9.
Yes, she also sent some updates. So she's been appointed to the City Services and Environmental Policy Committee for the Board of Alders, and that is a conflict with the community management team meetings. She's hosting office hours at the Fairhaven branch right before the community management team meetings, though. So 4:30 on the CMT meeting days, Caroline will be at this branch if you want to meet with her. She has a newsletter as well. I will also send these newsletters out in the follow-up email so that you can sign up for them easily. And then she wanted to remind everybody about the Iris Run for Refugees, which Hasna has also reminded people about in the chat, which is on Sunday, February 11th. And they're looking for volunteers. So if anyone's interested in volunteering, get in touch with Iris and they can get you lined up. So that is all from Caroline.
Thank you so much for those updates on her behalf as well, Abby. For Alder Anna Festa. Not here, she's not present in online nor in person, no updates to report. Alder Sarah Miller is here.
Yay. Hi. So I am not on City Services and Environmental Policy. So I can come to these meetings. And a lot of my updates were given through various other reports. Two things that I can mention. One is it was briefly mentioned the event we had on Monday at Fairhaven School announcing the U.S. Department of Education Full Service Community Schools grant for Clifford Beers. We had Secretary Cardona here. It was a big production. It was really a great just community building event and also really communicated sort of the district's buying into this idea of turning our schools into more like community centers. So I think it was a great launch, and as we get into like planning phase, which is what gets underway now, we'll continue to give reports here and elsewhere, and also be soliciting your feedback as the process goes along, because we really want to think about this holistically in terms of families more broadly, even outside of the schools, and how we really knit together the services that touch kids and families throughout the neighborhood. The other thing I want to mention is Ana Juarez and Lee today led the questioning for the second day of the Redenti's package store remonstrance hearing.
It's not me.
Which was the different Redenti.
Not trying to remonstrate.
For folks who don't remember, this is the attempt to stop the renewal of the license for the package store near the corner of Grant and Ferry. It's like a really intense thing. You have to like pretend like you're a lawyer, and it's this whole production. But I think it was very successful. We had a great turnout from the community, great messaging. Abby was there. I don't know if anybody else here was there.
I was there in spirit.
My friend was there in spirit. I testified today. Eddie from the Fairhaven Community Health Center had really effective testimony. I don't know if Eddie's on. He talked about observing firsthand intoxicated people purchasing alcohol, which is something we had, we knew was happening most likely, but hadn't been able to verify. So, great work to everybody who either testified or tried to testify or was with us in spirit. There will be a part 3 where they present their side on February 29th, and then hopefully we'll have a resolution sometime in March. So, lots of great stuff going on in the neighborhood. Like, it's just so great that there's all these other reports, and I don't even have that much to report. So thanks for everyone's work and collaboration.
Thank you so much, Sarah. All right, next up, well, again, here in house, Alder Frankfurt and Virginia.
I'm gonna pull Sarah. I'm not gonna move from this chair. See me out loudly. You don't have to worry about that. So, first month down, I want to just let everybody know that my city email is finally up. So if you could put it in the chat, it's ward15@newhavenct.gov. I'm currently working on clearing the inbox, which is quite expensive. Sorry. So I too got my committee assignments, and I will be on the education committee, the youth committee, and the community development committee, which I actually got to sit on my first meeting last night and vote for a project in the Hill, which will bring 150 affordable units 2 blocks from the train station. I'm also appointed to the Equal Opportunity Commission. I gotta say, I'm really excited to be working on issues around here as a team with my colleagues Sarah and Caroline. We really hit the ground running. We've been seeing a lot of progress already. Just to let people know, just to help us out with stuff that's going on in the neighborhood, if you please just use SeeClickFix to identify issues. It makes it easier for us to follow up on them. We've all been meeting with various department heads and business leaders in the last few weeks. Trying to tackle issues. My office hours are also the same day as the community management team meeting from 4:30 to 6 with Caroline. So you get 2 alders for the price of 1. And my last thing is Fairhaven Day, Fairhaven Day, Fairhaven Day. I second what Kiana said. It's going to be bigger and better than last year, even though her number of 1,000, I think it was closer to 2,500, Kiana. But yes, we are going to blow the roof off this place this year. So please volunteer, get involved any way you can. All the info's in the chat. And thank you.
Thank you so much. Really do appreciate all of your updates.
I forgot to mention, I do office hours Saturday, first Saturday of the month, which I believe is must be this Saturday. So I'll be here at 10 o'clock on Saturday if anybody wants to talk.
Perfect, thank you. And I'm just writing down my own. Dave's, Dave's, com. link there too. So, and Alder Jose Crespo, I know he's not here in person. I did not see him online. Have we received any updates from him?
We have not received
Okay.
any.
Oh, he trying to be funny.
All right, great, thank you. Adam did give the rundown about voting for this evening. He'll be sending that out. To vote between now and Sunday. Wanted to just move forward with the community forum in adjournment. Any questions about the recent agenda or recommendations for future agenda items and announcements? Please do feel free to email us at fairhavencmt@gmail.com.
Thanks for such a dynamic meeting, everybody.
I was gonna say, before we adjourn for the evening, we have one requested announcement from Sarah DeBala.
Hi, I'm Sarah Derbala. For those who don't know, I'm co-chair for Ward 16, where Crespo is Alder. And I wanted to mention that Celestino is having some health issues. He was also co-chair for Ward 16. He's recovering and going, undergoing treatment right now. And we then decided to have Victor Ramos run for co-chair. He collected some signatures. We went around the community and we sort of talked to constituents and so as of yesterday, there was no one who submitted. So now Victor Ramos is co-chair for Ward 16 with myself. And we're looking forward to continuing to have conversations in the ward and continuing to stay involved and praying for Celestino. And so, I just wanted to give that quick update.
All right, thank you very much. Go ahead, Liz.
And just related to Liz's last point number 11, regarding community forum and questions and agenda, it was brought to our attention, the attention of the executive team, that it's been 4 years, something like 4 years since our last retreat. That's a meeting where we take time to do introspection. That's how we set up the agenda, these items, the categories. These were set up about 4 years ago. So since it's been 4 years, the thought was, should it be time to do it again? So before bringing anything to you, this is going to go before the executive committee at our next meeting to talk about what we would like to propose to the general body about setting some time aside to think about how we structure the meetings, what categories things go in, how we might be able to do things better. We will bring a proposal to you. That doesn't mean you have to do what we tell you. It's just we'll have, instead of saying to you, we're open to anything, we do want to maintain a structure, and so we'll come to you with a proposal possibly as early as March, but it may take us more than that. But that's in the hopper. Just want people to know that.
Thank you for that announcement, really update.
And Gina had a good.
Do we need to approve the minutes?
We do.
Do we have quorum?
Oh, you know.
We do, but we had a problem with the minutes accessibility. So anyone that was trying to access it online couldn't do so with enough time to read it. So I propose that we wait till next month.
Okay.
Do we have quorum?
We did. We probably still do. But yeah. I say I don't think we've lost that many people. I'm looking through the chat here and the folks in the audience, and half of them are voting members and half the people online are voting members. So yeah.
We'll get it next month.
Okay, so with all of that being said and done, I'd like to officially call the meeting to or
Call for a motion.
call for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. All right, great. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you next month. Have a great February.
All right. Thank you, everyone. I got my first raffle tickets bought through Zelle, so I have Zelle now.
Cedar.
All right, have a good night, everybody.
Thanks, Adam.